Okay, hello, happy Wednesday, everyone. Welcome back to our March week 3. Right, so how's everyone doing? Okay, so today will be quite a simple lesson because we will still be continuing with our chapter 3. Okay, so where were we? I think we finished roughly around here. Okay, I think we finished last week. What is your microplastic? Okay, so my progress compared to other tutors will be a bit slow. Okay, so I will try to catch up as fast as I can because this chapter I don't really want to spend too much time here. Okay, so like I said, this chapter is the same as your Form 4 chapter 4. All right, sort of like a, okay, I would call it a filler chapter. Okay, nothing much to say. All right, so where were we? I think we finished our microplastic already. Okay, so let's talk a little bit about our pollution today. I think I can finish this by today, should be a small problem. All right, so anyway, I think we start here. So what is pollution? As you know, come on, you have really learned pollution for 4 years already. You don't tell me you don't know what pollution is. Okay, I'll force you to go back to Form 1 and study pollution. Okay, you've already learned it in Form 1. Okay, anyway, so what is pollution? Pollution is any unwanted change in our environment, okay, caused by something called pollutant. It's not mentioned here, but it's caused by pollutant. Okay, it could be physical, it could be chemical, it could be biological. Okay, it could happen to your air, it could be happen to your water, it could happen to your soil. Okay, janji, any unwanted change, any undesirable change, any things that is away from nature. Okay, any negative human impact. All right, so environmental pollution cause harm, discomfort to all life forms and environmental issues such as flash flood. Okay, so the biggest thing about environment pollution is sustainability. Okay, sustainability. This is our biggest concern, sustainability. Okay, what does this mean? In BM, it's called kelestarian. Okay, this word means how long can something last? Okay, as I told you last week, if we cannot keep driving petroleum car, okay, like your what was it again? Your petrol car. Okay, we all drive a petrol car. 99% of cars on the road now are petrol car. We can't be doing this for the next 50 years. Okay, not without harming the environment anyway. So we say that driving a petrol car, okay, it's not very sustainable. Okay, tidak begitu lestari. That means you can't keep it going for very long. So this is why it causes pollution. Anything that causes a lot of pollution is not sustainable in the long term. All right, so this is why they are using okay, let's say alternative form of energy. For example, solar. Solar, I can keep using it for the next 100 years because it's not going to cause me any pollution. Okay, we can say that solar energy is a very sustainable energy. Okay, so whatever we are doing now, we are going for sustainability. All right, for example, when we are using any product, we are going for eco product. Okay, we want to use less plastic, we want to use things that are recyclable because they're more sustainable. All right, so like I said, all these questions they are more to K-BAT question. Okay, questions that require you to, think. All right, so let's look at number 1. So air pollution. So I believe you know what is this already. You need to know where are the sources, where do they come from. All right, so as you know, burning of fossil fuel. Okay, when you burn fossil fuel, okay, which is your automobile exhaust. Okay, these two, they are the same point actually. Okay, decaying. Waste which release greenhouse gases, okay, and various type of toxic gases such as sulfur dioxide into the air. Okay, this is the same thing also. Okay, because greenhouse gases is burning fossil fuel. Our majority of air pollution comes from burning of fossil fuel. Okay, so like I said, okay, you might say, sir, then why don't we just stop burning fossil fuel? As I said, it is not that easy. 80%, 80 80 80% of our energy still comes from fossil fuel. The electricity you use, the car you use, okay, everything still uses fossil fuel. Can we just stop using it? Yeah, you can. Okay, if you stop using fossil fuel, you are not gonna have electricity. Okay, your shipping industry is gonna stop working. Can you imagine that? Can you imagine shipping stops for the whole world? Economy would not sustain. Now you see, this is why this is the biggest concern. Why are we still using fossil fuel? Because we have no choice. We have no other energy to replace them. Okay, yes, we have, but it's not as good as fossil fuel. Okay, here's the thing about energy lah. Not only they need to be clean, the most important point is they need to be cheap. Why do we keep using fossil fuel? Because they're the cheapest energy to use. Okay, why do we keep buying fossil fuel car like your petroleum car? Because they are cheap. Would you want to buy a Tesla? I mean, sure, I would. If Tesla doesn't cost 700,000 in Malaysia, of course I will get a Tesla. If Tesla costs 70,000, it's a no-brainer. Okay, if it costs like as much as your Honda City, I will get one. But god damn it, 700,000. Okay, that's like okay, buying a Bentley already. Okay, anyway, so what else? Okay, natural air pollution. Okay, air pollution will happen in the nature because we have volcanic eruption, forest fire, dust storm, decaying organic waste. Okay, but these are not our concern. Okay, because majority of them, they come from man-made pollution. Okay, for example, exhaust gases, blast furnace, thermal power station, industries, and garbage disposal site. As you can see, they all release greenhouse gases. Okay, so do we have any choice? Not for the moment, right? So we are a bit running out of time. Okay, if we don't replace this thing soon, okay, we are going to cause something very, very serious really soon. All right, so next, let's look at water pollution. So where do we get our water pollution? Okay, for example, waste. We keep throwing waste into our seawater. That's why we keep throwing wastewater into it. Domestic waste such as detergent and sewage. Okay, we discharge dirty water into the ocean. Solid waste such as rubbish. Industrial waste such as grease. What is grease? Grease is oil. Like industry, when it comes to engine oil, okay, your car's engine oil is an industrial waste. All right, so chemical substances used in agriculture such as fertilizer. As you know, fertilizer will cause something called eutrophication. Okay, it will cause your upper surface of the water to be covered with one layer of algae. Have I told you this before? Okay, if I haven't, I will repeat the story later. Okay, and pesticide, and of course, oil spills. Okay, this is one of the biggest source of pollution of water. All right, next, land pollution. So what causes land pollution? Again, fertilizer and pesticide. As you can see, water and land pollution, they are quite similar. Inappropriate management of solid waste. Okay, we throw rubbish everywhere. Okay, acid rain, nuclear waste, electronic waste. As you can see, they are both caused by rubbish. Okay, so water and land, they are quite similar because they are all caused by waste. Okay, just in case you don't know, we currently live in, I think I told you this last week already, we live in something called a throwaway society. Okay, last time during your parents' age, when they are using something, when the thing broke, let's say your TV is not working now. For last time, people, they would ask for a technician to come to their house and fix the TV. Do you hear anyone fixing stuff now? Okay, do you hear people fix their TV now? No, TV spoil, get another one. Okay, PC spoil, get another one. Okay, you might say, sir, I still fix my stuff. Okay, we still fix our stuff because for us, some stuffs are very expensive. Okay, let me ask you today. Okay, if you are using, I don't know what phone you are using. Most likely it's gonna be an Android. Okay, if you drop your phone onto the ground, okay, the screen crack, what would you do? Most likely you would fix the phone. Okay, if the LCD is not so expensive lah. Okay, I'm sure if you broke your phone's screen before, it's a very expensive thing to fix. Okay, if you are using a phone like me, okay, if you are using a Samsung, okay, a Samsung has this stupid annoying curved screen here. Okay, I'm using an S10. Okay, when I bought this thing, it was around 3,000-4,000, I guess. When you drop this thing onto the ground, okay, when the screen cracks, fixing the screen costs you 1,000 something. So you're sitting there thinking, should I fix the screen or might as well I just change the phone? Okay, so you will put yourself into this situation, and most likely you will just say, you know what? Why would I want to fix this thing? Why not I just change another phone? And Samsung, they would gladly sell you one. Okay, this is why phone nowadays okay, if you look at phone last time you can just take off the back cover and change the battery, right? Nowadays they don't allow this thing. Okay, your phones are most likely sealed. Okay, why? Because they want to make your phone as irreparable as possible. If your phones are very hard to repair, you are very unlikely to fix your phone and you will change your phone. So in this case, it's guaranteed sales for them. Okay, so this is why we are creating so much rubbish, okay? Because manufacturers, they are not helping. They just want us to keep changing stuff. Why else do you think they earn money? Okay, car is the same thing. This is why most of your car parts they are made from plastic. If you open your engine bay, inside your engine, everything is made from plastic. You know why? Because after 10 years, the plastic will start cracking. You will start leaking water and oil everywhere. And your dad will be like, "Aya, screw this lah. I don't want to fix this car already. I'm so fed up." He will just change a new car. Which is a good business for them. Everyone is doing it. Toyota, you name it, like Toyota, Volkswagen, they are all doing it. Okay, that's why last time's car they can last for 20 years. Nowadays, your car, 10 years you can shuku already. Okay, this is why we have so much waste. And of course, next, thermal pollution. Now, this is heat pollution. When you have deforestation, industrial activity, fuel combustion, you keep putting heat into the air. Okay, so greenhouse effect is a thermal pollution. Okay, so you have ice cap melting, you have flash flood, and you have this and that. You learn this in Form 1 to Form 3 already, right? All right, anyway, so next, let's look at what is your API. Okay, how do we measure air pollution? I'm sure you know what is this thing, API or AQI. Okay, because rascals like you will look at this thing. Okay, last time when our Indonesia keeps giving us haze every year around July or August, you see the air starts to get foggy, hazy already. You will start to look at this thing. And then when this thing starts to approach 200, you will say, yes, 200 means no need go school. Okay, Jerebu holiday. Right? Okay, hey, you have to know yeah lah, it's good for you lah. You don't need to go school lah. But teachers like us, we still have to go. Okay, we still have to work. Okay, we still have to inhale that stupid air. Okay, but thankfully these years don't have already lah. Okay, you might feel sad, but I don't know about you. You see this MCO thing you know sometimes they say be careful what you wish for lah. Before this MCO thing I actually had students telling me, sir, why is it not, because we study 5 days, Monday to Friday, and then we break for 2 days Saturday to Sunday I have students telling me, sir, why is it not the other way around? Why don't we study Saturday and Sunday, and then we have holiday from Monday to Friday? Why not 1 year we have 3 months of holiday? Why not 1 year we have 6 months of holiday? See, good lor. Last year was like that, isn't it? Last year was like this. Last year was like this. That's why I say be careful of what you wish for. Okay, so become real lah. Now last year, how many months you break? 6 to 7 months you sit at home doing nothing. Yeah lah, you still went for night class lah. But there, you got it what, you requested it what. Okay, then some of my students started telling me, sir, so much holiday I don't like it. Okay, I'm not going to school. Okay, this lah, that lah. You see, be careful what you wish for. Okay, anyway, so this air pollution index okay, it's a parameter which measures or determine the air pollution level. Okay, this one you can go to our meteorological department. Okay, what is meteorological department? That means in Mandarin it's called 气象局the department that determines your weather. Your weather forecast. Okay, your weather forecast every day air pollution index. This one you can actually go to our map department. Where was it? There, this one. You can check it every day. You can check it every day. They will post result every day. You see, now it's not very good lah. You look at our air quality. As you can see, okay. You see, why is it yellow already, sir? Usually it's green one. Okay. Back when few months ago, when it was rainy season, it was green. Can you see it's coming to 50, 70 already? You must say, sir, why is it green now? Because if you just in case you haven't realized, lately these few days has been hot as shit. Have you realized that? Okay, today I went for Qingming. I went to clean my dad's grave. Goodness me, okay, it was so damn bloody hot. So I'm not surprised if they say haze is coming soon. Okay, I see Indonesia is at 100 something already. Okay, there's 125 here in Pekanbaru. I seriously hope this thing doesn't come. I seriously hate breathing in my air smelling like burnt air. Okay, so this is your API or some people they call it AQI, air quality index. Okay, so 200 is when you stop your school. They have to stop you from going to your school because the air quality gets really bad. All right, so what is BOD? Okay, just now this one is to measure air, right? Air pollution. BOD is to measure water pollution. Okay, just now was air pollution, now was water pollution. Okay, so what is this BOD? Okay, every water has some sort of bacteria in it. Okay, not our tap water. Your tap water should have no bacteria. But if you go to the nature, okay, let's say you look at this river here, you go to any lake, okay, you go to any pond, any lake or any river, you have some kind of bacteria living inside. If your river is healthy, there should be very little microorganism or bacteria living inside. If your river is very polluted, you will have a lot of bacteria growing inside. Okay, why do I say so? What does it mean by polluted river? If your river is very polluted, that means there's a lot of dead body, there's a lot of shit, there's a lot of all this organic waste, a lot of rubbish in your river. If your river has a lot of rubbish, bacteria will come and try to digest this rubbish. Okay, so if your river has a lot of bacteria, that means it has a lot of rubbish too. That means your water is very polluted. But here's the thing, how can we know whether your water is polluted or not? We use this thing called BOD, biological or biochemical oxygen demand. Okay, what is this thing? Okay, you know what is oxygen demand? Demand means how much do you need? Okay, 你需要多少? So oxygen demand means how much oxygen does a water need? If your water needs very little oxygen, okay, let's say BOD is very low. Okay, if your water BOD is very low, that means the demand is very low. Your water doesn't require a lot of bacteria, a lot of oxygen. Okay, what does it mean? If your water doesn't require oxygen, that means there's no bacteria living in it. Okay, because bacteria needs oxygen. Okay, you see, bacteria, they want oxygen. Okay, if your water wants oxygen, that means there's bacteria. You get what I'm trying to say? Because bacteria wants oxygen, right? Bacteria want oxygen, right? So if your water wants oxygen, your water has bacteria. Okay, so if your BOD is very low, that means your water doesn't want bacteria. Doesn't want oxygen. I hope I'm not confusing you. Okay, so if the BOD is very low, that means the water doesn't want oxygen. If the water doesn't want oxygen, that means the bacteria also very low. That means the pollution is very low. That means this water is clean. Okay, that means if your river has very low BOD, that means the river water is very clean. But on the other hand, if the BOD is very high, that means the demand for oxygen is very high. Your water wants a lot of oxygen. That means the bacteria is also very high. There's a lot of bacteria growing in your water. That also means your pollution is very high. Your water has a lot of dead body inside, has a lot of rubbish inside. Rubbish, basically your river is very polluted. Okay, so in that case, if your BOD is very, very high, usually you will see something on your river water that is called eutrophication. Okay, please highlight this word. Okay, eutrophication. Okay, so what is eutrophication? Let me find a space and okay, let me describe it to you. Okay, if you have, let's say, a lake nearby. Okay, this is lake, hu, tasik. Okay, if you are a farmer, you're trying to plant something here. Okay, let's say this is your plantation. All right, so to make your plantation grow better, what do? You put fertilizer. Okay, you put fertilizer. So this fertilizer will start to make your plant grow better. Okay, you have fertilizer here, right? All right, so now it starts to rain. So when it starts to rain, this fertilizer will be washed to your lake, right? Because you are using a lot, right? So the fertilizer will be washed to your lake. Now your lake has a lot of fertilizer. All right, so this fertilizer, they will start to make something grow on it, which is your algae. So they will start to grow a layer of green, thick algae. Okay, you know it's algae, right? Okay, some people, they call it algae, some they call it algae. Okay, if I want to follow proper British pronunciation, it's actually called algae. Okay, I'll just call it algae lah. Okay, so if you have a thick layer of algae growing on your lake, so what's gonna happen is sunlight cannot go into your lake. Okay, if sunlight cannot go in, that means the plant down there, they all die. So it's like a food chain lah. When you kill all the plant, what's gonna happen? All the fish will die, everything will start to die. So now bottom here, it's all dead body. It's all dead fish and dead plant. So when you have dead fish and dead plant, bacteria will increase, isn't it? Now you have a lot of bacteria starting to grow here, all the bacteria here. So they are going to take in oxygen, so your BOD will be super high. Okay, that means if your river water has a lot of BOD, very high BOD, it will also look green like this. This is the algae. Okay, this is the algae. Look disgusting, isn't it? Hey, next time when you go to any river, please don't say, wow, this river looks so green, That means it's very healthy, very, very clean. Because people think that, oh, green means plant, If my river is green, that means got plant, no means healthy. No, not on the surface anyway. So if your river looks like this looks like freaking slurp. You know what this looks like? You know, in our Chinese Hakka meal, there's something called Lei Cha. It looks like that. Okay, so disgusting. Hey, you see, if you go to any country with very serious eutrophication, okay, for example, China. Do you know eutrophication China is very serious? Why? Because they use a lot of fertilizer. Why use fertilizer? Because they have a lot of people to feed. We have 7 billion people in the world. China alone has like 15 billion. Wait, 1.5 billion or 15 billion. That means, okay, 1/4 of the world is in China. How do you think they feed all their people? They use fertilizer lah. So you see, you go to China, most lakes, they look like this. Okay, don't you find it disgusting? All these are algae. Okay, that means the water is very smelly and very polluted. But it seems like they're enjoying it lah. Okay, freaking disgusting, I tell you. Okay, it's like you're swimming in a pot of vegetable soup. So this is eutrophication, not something that you should. Can you find this thing healthy and good for the environment? Of course not. It doesn't look right. All right. So this is your eutrophication. Okay, so in this case, your BOD is going to be very high. All right, so negative effect of eutrophication, reduce oxygen content in water. As I said, all the bacteria will suck all the oxygen away. Okay, so causes the death of aquatic plants and animals. So all the plant down here, they will all die. Okay, everything will die. You are going to screw up the whole ecosystem. Basically, you murder everything. You kill everything in the ecosystem. Okay, wow, I didn't know that using fertilizer can cause so much effect, isn't it? Okay, so this is something really, really serious. All right, so this BOD thing, you can actually do an experiment. Okay, you can actually use something called methylene blue. Okay, this very simple experiment, let me just quickly go through. So this methylene blue is a kind of chemical that looks blue. Okay, well, the name says blue. Well, of course, it looks blue. Okay, so how do you know the BOD? How do you find out the BOD of a water sample? Very easy. You just put your methylene blue inside. Okay, so your water is going to look blue. And you look at how fast they decolorize. Okay, you know what is decolorize? Means no color, 不见颜色. So the faster they decolorize, the more oxygen they use. That means if they decolorize in a very short time, that means the BOD is very high. Okay, they use a lot of oxygen. That means the water is very polluted lah. Okay, the pollution is very high. So you would want your water to decolorize in a very long time. Okay, so let's look at our example. How many water we have here? We have tap water, we have river water, we have distilled water, we have pond water. So these two water, which is your tap water and distilled water, they should decolorize in like 30 minutes, which is very long. Why? Because your tap water and your distilled water should be clean. Inside your tap water, when you open your tap water has chlorine. You know this, right? It's just like your swimming pool lah. Your swimming pool has chlorine. Your distilled water, okay, distilled water got no chlorine lah, but they are still clean. So these two clean water, they decolorize the methylene blue in a very long time. That means they are not polluted. Whereas river water and pond water, it depends on how polluted they are. If they are not so polluted, maybe 15 minutes. If they are very polluted, maybe 5 minutes, oh, the color is gone. Okay, what does it mean for distilled water? There, distilled water is your 100% clean water. You know the water you use for experiment, air suling, the cleanest water, 100% clean water. There your distilled water lah. Okay, that means your battery water, the water you put inside your car battery. This thing is 100% clean water. That means there's no bacteria inside, nothing inside. Okay, it's really clean. All right. So as you can see, what is the use of this methylene blue? Okay, this is to indicate the presence of dissolved oxygen, to find out how much oxygen is inside your water. Okay, so sample rich in oxygen, that means if your water is very clean, there's a lot of oxygen inside. Okay, they will decolorize in a water sample that has less or no dissolved oxygen. Okay, so the shorter the time taken, okay, to decolorize the water sample, the less, please don't say lesser lah, it's less, not lesser. The less dissolved oxygen is the water sample. Like I said, if it takes a very short time, there's very little oxygen in it, that means BOD is very high. Okay, don't get confused. If there's very little oxygen in the water, that means the BOD is very high. If there's very little oxygen, okay, there's a very high demand for oxygen. You get what I mean? You get what I mean? This is your demand is in your economy, right? Permintaan, right? If something is very little in the society, okay, that means the permintaan is very high. Okay, for example, gold. Okay, emas, why is gold so expensive? Okay, because there's very little gold. Okay, I'm sure you don't wear gold, right? Okay, even my wedding ring is not gold. Yeah, it looks gold color. I cannot afford gold. Okay, plus it's not safe to wear gold in Malaysia. So you have very little gold. That's why the demand for gold is very high. Okay, that means supply and demand lah. Okay, very little gold, that means the permintaan for gold is very high. That's why the price is high lor. Okay, so which water sample is the most polluted? Okay, it will be usually pond or river water because the time taken is the shortest. Like I said, 5 minutes, the thing is fully decolorized. It still depends where is it lah. Okay, if you say your river water is from Japan, of course, okay, good. Japan, you know how clean Japan water is. Hey, Japan, you see their longkang, inside got fish one, you know. As in normal longkang, you go to Japan, you look inside the longkang, you see koi fish inside. You think Malaysia river got fish inside? Dead fish got lah. Okay, you look at any of our big longkang in Malaysia, in KL, you look inside, it's just gonna be rubbish. Okay, because I don't know about you, last generation, like my mom's and dad's generation, they seriously like to throw rubbish into the river, or they seriously like to throw rubbish into the longkang. They think it's a normal thing to do. Okay, if you tell them, hey ma, why are you throwing rubbish into the longkang? They will tell you, everyone is doing it. Why can't I do it? You see this stupid mentality. Okay, you cannot educate these people. Okay, the older generation, the boomer generation, some of them are very stubborn, very stupid to teach one. Okay, they will think that the person doing it, that person doing it, why can't I do it? You see, so in Japan, no such thing. The river water is very clean. So if you compare Malaysia river water and Japan river water, of course the time is gonna be a huge difference. Okay, anyway, so conclusion, the organic waste in water increase. Okay, if you have a lot of rubbish in your water, there will be very little oxygen. very high BOD, and the time will be very, the BOD, the time will be very short, not long. Okay, so please change this here. The time will be short, not long. So there's an error here. Okay, anyway, so let's look at the remaining parts lah. For these remaining two parts, I'm just gonna go fast. So how do we purify water? Okay, so how do we clean contaminated water? As you know, cleaning water is something very expensive to do. You know, Singapore do this. When you want to talk about contaminated water, when you want to talk about water cleaning, you have to look at Singapore. Hey, you know, Singapore, they are so, not to say poor, they don't have natural resources. Okay, as you know, Singapore has no petroleum. They have no rare metals. They have nothing. They have no kelapa sawit. They have no nothing. What we Malaysia have, they don't have it. Okay, they are so without natural resources. Do you know Singapore buys water from Malaysia? Singapore, they need to buy water from us because they are surrounded by seawater. You might say, sir, why not they just clean seawater and use? You see, why don't we just take seawater and just clean the seawater and use that water? It's very expensive. Seawater has salt. To remove that salt from water, okay, do you know removing salt from water is a very expensive process to do? So Singapore is like, you know what? Why would I want to clean seawater, which is very expensive? I might as well just buy water from Malaysia. So they just buy water from us, and to make use of this, okay, you see, Singapore, they are very smart. They buy water from us. After they use our water, the water is dirty, right? They have their own water treatment process. Okay, they will clean their own water, they will filter their own water, and the water turns clean again. Okay, everywhere you see, even in their public toilet, in Singapore, even their public toilet, they filter their own water. That means if you go to a public toilet in Singapore, you shit there, you pee there, you flush. Okay, the water is dirty, right? Inside their public toilet, they have their own filter system. They will filter your shit and pee water. Okay, and then they will turn into clean water so that you can wash your hand. It's the same water you flush your shit and pee with. They use it for you to wash your hand. And the water is so clean, you can even drink it. Okay, because the minister of Singapore, they actually showed you that their public toilet water, you can just drink it straight from the tap. That's how clean Singapore water is. Malaysia, I wouldn't suggest you to try. Okay, Malaysia water, I'm not very confident in it, but Singapore, I'm definitely. This is why Singapore is such a clean country. Okay, I'm not trying to blow their horn. Okay, you might think that I hate Malaysia. I don't hate Malaysia. Malaysia is an awesome place. But when you compare to Singapore, we suck. Seriously. Okay, have you been to Singapore before? If you have, you know what I mean. Singapore is one of the cleanest country I've been to. Okay, there's zero rubbish everywhere. Okay, you go to any of their place, okay, first of all, you don't see rubbish. Okay, second of all, everything works. Okay, everything works. Okay, the simplest example I can give you is you go to any bus station. Okay, you go to any bus station, you go to bus station in Malaysia, you're gonna see everything is vandalized. Okay, everything is vandalized. You try to check the notice board and see, okay, what bus is coming here. The thing doesn't work because everything is vandalized already. Malaysia, we just kind of nice things. But in Singapore, you have everything there. There's no Along sticker. You know, it's Along sticker. Malaysia is full of it. Okay, you go to any bus stop or wherever, you see this Along sticker. Okay, what money lender lah? If you need money, you call this number lah. Basically Along lah. So Singapore, there's no such thing. Okay, they are such a clean country. You don't find any rubbish on the floor. So even their water is clean. All right, so how do they clean their water and what technology we have to clean our water? All right, as you know, cleaning water is an expensive thing to do. So how do we use cheap method to clean our water? Okay, why do we need cheap method? Because countries like Africa, they cannot afford to use technology to clean our water. This is why you have this thing called EM mud ball. Okay, effective microorganism mud ball. Okay, what is this? Basically, it's a ball that looks brown like this. Okay, this is like a very cute technology. So inside this ball, as you can see, okay, what is this? this ball inside actually has microorganism, as in you have germs in this ball. So this ball, when you throw it into water, these microorganisms, they will start cleaning your water. I know it sounds crazy. Okay, sir, bacteria is dangerous, leh. We drink this, we get sick, leh. But no, these bacteria, they are good in cleaning your water. And the best thing is, this thing is really cheap. Okay, really cheap, like 20 to 50 cents per ball. You can clean a few liters of water with this. Okay, isn't this a very good technology? Okay, so efforts to invent purification method for contaminated water using green technology. Okay, so we use our EM mud ball. So what is inside here? So this EM mud ball has this Lactobacillus casei. You know what is this? This is the bacteria found in your Vitagen. Okay, Vitagen or yogurt or whatever dairy product you eat. This thing is actually inside there. Okay, and then there's something called Rhodopseudomonas palustris. Should you memorize all this? No. This EM ball did not even came out for SPM this year. Okay, so and of course yeast. Okay, so why are these things? What are these things doing there? Okay, our most important bacteria will be this. So what do? They treat the sewage. They eliminate foul odor. Okay, that means they get rid of the bad gases. Okay, and not only that, they will take nutrient from the bad microorganism and make them not grow, stun the growth of dangerous microorganism. This is why they say drinking Yakult, drinking Vitagen, eating yogurt makes your gut healthy, right? Because if you eat yogurt every day, most likely you're not going to get food poisoning, right? Why? Because all these bacteria in the yogurt, they will take all the nutrient from the bad bacteria, okay, and then they can't grow in your gut. Okay, in fact, all these healthy bacteria, they will start growing in your gut, so your gut will get very healthy. Okay, and then of course, they also decay organic substance. So these are good bacteria. They live in your stomach. All right, so now we are using it to clean water. Isn't it amazing? All right, so what is this? Photosynthetic bacteria, as the name says, they do photosynthesis, okay, to provide nutrient for these two. Okay, to give nutrient to these two. Can you see this is sort of like a mutualism relationship? You help me, I help you. Okay, so when they decay things, when this thing they decay organic substance, they will pass back the nutrient to them. You see, it's like a mutualism thing. Okay, and then yeast produce substances needed for growth of green plant. Again, this yeast will also digest all the rubbish and give it to this plant, to this bacteria. So they just exchange substance. Okay, and while on this process, they clean your water. So this thing is really easy to make. Okay, so you just mix in the basin, you add water, you mold it into a ball, and then the good thing about this ball is they can be stored. Okay, and whenever you need to clean water, okay, let's say you have a tanki of water. Okay, let's say now you're in an African village, there's no water filter available. You just throw one ball in. This ball will clean. You wait for a few hours for them to clean the water. Now the water is safe to use. You see, this thing is cheap. Hey, 20 cents to 50 cents, you can clean one tanki of water. Isn't it amazing technology? You don't need any fancy filter. Okay, so this is just one of the K-bar stuff that you need to know. Okay, not necessarily you have to memorize them. This is just one of the green technology. Okay, hey, green technology is a thing. Okay, do you know if you look at all these American companies, okay, if you want to earn money, okay, some info for you. Next time, if you want to earn money without working, you have to invest. You know what is invest? You have to 投资 invest. So where do you invest your money in? Tips for you. Next time, if you have the money, invest your money in green technology companies. Okay, green technology company. For example, Malaysia, we have a few companies making solar panel. Invest in them because you see, in the next 20, 30, 40 years, you know their business will grow. Okay, so like me, I put a lot of my money, I put a lot of my savings in Tesla. I invested a lot of money in Tesla because I just know that we still don't see Tesla anywhere, but I believe in 20, 30 years, we will start to see Tesla everywhere because Tesla is the future. Green technology is the future. Okay, so if you see any company that you really like, you think that in 20, 30 years time, they will become very famous. They will make a lot of money using green technology. Invest in them. Okay, invest in them because this green technology thing, trust me, in the coming 20, 30 years, it will be everywhere. They will get even bigger because green technology has been more it's becoming more and more important even compared to last time. Okay, so eventually we will stop using fossil fuel. So that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, so what are some of the, what else, green technology do we use? Okay, so preservation and conservation of environment. Okay, negative emission technology. What is negative emission? What is emission? Emission means when you produce greenhouse gas. Okay, you menghasilkan gas rumah hijau. What is negative emission? Negative emission is you don't produce greenhouse gas, but you absorb greenhouse gas from the world, from the environment. Okay, for example, your car. Okay, your car. Okay, I suck at drawing lah. Okay, this is your car. Okay, your car is a positive emission. Why? Because every time you start your car, you need to put petrol in it. You are creating carbon dioxide. Okay, I don't care lah. I don't care how good even your car is like a Myvi or an Asia, very petrol saving. I don't care. It's still a positive emission because they are still producing greenhouse gas. But negative emission is when they remove greenhouse gas. Okay, not only they are not contributing to the problem, they solve the problem. All right, so this is what we call negative emission technology. So where do we use this? One of it is by using microalgae. Okay, as you might say, sir, why not just plant trees? Why don't we just plant trees around us? But because you see, trees they are sometimes a hazard. Okay, what do I mean by a hazard? I'm sure you know sometimes when Malaysia we have heavy rain, they will strike down some trees, okay, because of the thunder. And when the tree falls down, it's gonna kill someone, it's gonna damage someone's car. But if you use this microalgae, you are planting your algae in rows. So they are the exact function like trees. They will absorb carbon dioxide from the air. So this is a negative emission technology. Okay, so this is the best way we can think of to remove carbon dioxide from the air. Okay, so we use something called marine microalgae. Marine means water lah. So they can reproduce in seawater. Okay, they can reduce carbon dioxide content in the atmosphere. Okay, this is one of the way we can solve global warming. All right, next, green technology. As I said, we are currently, okay, if you are very tech savvy, that means if you spend a lot of time reading technology stuff, you will see all these things in technology lately. Okay, what is solar technology? What is green building? Okay, I think you learned green building in Form 4 already. Okay, what is zero carbon emission? Now we try to go for electric car or eco-currency. Okay, what is biodiesel? Like I said, McDonald's, their lorry, they use their old French fry oil to put it into their engine and they use it as a petrol. Okay, hybrid cars. Okay, I drive a hybrid. I drive a Toyota hybrid. Okay, yes, it is very petrol saving. Okay, I feel good saving the environment because part of the reason why I buy a Toyota hybrid because I just like paying less for petrol. Okay, my petrol. Okay, you see, normal people your car maybe you pump $70 of petrol, you can drive for I don't know 500, 600 kilometers. My car can easily go 800 to 900. Okay, my car can go to Penang. Okay, full tank of petrol, my car can go to Penang, drive around Penang and come back. I still have petrol left in the tank. Awesome. Okay, I love hybrid cars. Okay, if next time electric car gets cheap, I would for sure get it. Okay, and they look futuristic too. Okay, have you seen the latest Hyundai Ioniq? They just look so cool. Okay, they just launched this in Malaysia. Okay, I think it was few weeks ago. Okay, this is Hyundai's. Okay, as you know, Hyundai is a Korean company. Okay, so they released their electric car a few weeks ago, which looks like this. I don't know about you, they just look awesome as hell. Okay, well, don't you want to drive this? Okay, it just looks so cool, so futuristic, fully electric. Yeah lah, it's still expensive lah, 199,000. But hey, it's getting cheaper. You trust me? Next few 10, 20 years, electric car is gonna get cheaper and cheaper. And sooner or later, you're gonna change to an electric car. Okay, it's just the future. Okay, we just hate using petroleum already. Okay, anyway, so what is eco-currency? It's a type of universal currency proposed as a medium of exchange in transaction to maintain environmental balance. Okay, if you want to know more about eco-currency, you can go and Google this thing. I don't really want to talk about this. Okay, eco-currency is you don't use money as a currency. You use eco stuff. Okay, for example, if your country has a lot of these microalgae, you remove, like, maybe this year you remove 6 tons of carbon dioxide from the air. You can use that 6 tons of carbon dioxide removed as a currency to trade with other countries. Okay, because you contributed to this problem, what? You are making the world a better place, what? So you are using this as a currency to do exchange with other country, which is a good thing. You encourage other country to keep doing this thing. Okay, for an example lah. Okay, so the role of United Nations. Okay, so our United Nations okay, although they are pretty useless lah. Okay, if you have seen the news you know, lately that they have this Russian-Ukraine war, right? I just think this United Nations they are bloody stupid lah. They are doing nothing. You know what did they do? The United Nations was like, hey, Russia, stop doing that. That's bad. Then Russia was like, okay, I don't care what you think. They still invade Ukraine nonetheless. They don't give a shit. Okay, so this UN they are not really effective. Okay, so anyway, okay, United Nations throughout the years they have been playing a lot of roles in this global environmental issue. This one just read for fun. This is more towards global issue already. Okay, so we have a Rio conference in 1992. Okay, they address global environmental issue. If you really want to read, the most important would be Kyoto Protocol in 1997 and Paris Agreement in 2016. Okay, so what is this Kyoto Protocol? You know, it's Kyoto, right? Kyoto is in Japan, right? So they actually signed this contract in Japan, okay, in 1997. Okay, every country agreed to reduce greenhouse gases in phases. Okay, that means every 10 years they will aim to reduce their greenhouse gas. And of course, in 2016, Obama created this thing called Paris Agreement. Every country signed. They said they will try to limit the rise in global temperature by 1.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, and you know what's the funny thing? You know what's the funny thing? Once the US signed this thing, if I'm not mistaken, in 2018, Donald Trump became the president, right? Okay, as you know lah, he is not someone very smart lah. Okay, in fact, he's stupid as hell. Okay, he did not believe in global warming. Do you know that? Donald Trump said that global warming is a fake lie created by China to earn everyone's money. Okay, so they started blaming the Chinese. They say, you Chinese, you guys are bad. Global warming is your lie. He's just not very smart okay. And then he started blaming the Muslim. They say, oh, America, okay, we are currently at war with the Middle East because Muslims, they're bad people. Okay, they have terrorists. Okay, we are trying to spend money to try to kill all of them. Okay, so another thing he did, he removed the US from the Paris Agreement. Okay, he removed from that. Okay, that means everyone agreed to limit global temperature rise by 1.5 degrees Celsius. Okay, everyone agreed, but Donald Trump said, you know what, screw you guys. You all can go suck it. I don't care. Okay, so Donald Trump said, I'm gonna keep doing what I do. This global warming issue, I don't care. I'm just gonna keep producing my own greenhouse gases. I want to do whatever I want. Okay, he's just not the smartest president. Okay, and then when Joe Biden came into place, US actually rejoined this Paris Agreement. It's like playing game like that lah. Suddenly you join, suddenly you don't want to join, suddenly you join again. Okay, anyway, so we also try to protect the ozone layer. Okay, try to limit CFC. I'm sure you know this already lah. CFC is currently banned. You're not allowed to use CFC anymore. Okay, and of course we banned toxic chemical like DDT. DDT was used to kill mosquito back in the 1980s. This thing is banned because this thing is very bad for the environment. All right, so as you can see, this chapter nothing really much technical stuff to memorize. Okay, it's more of a understanding and general knowledge chapter. Okay, try not to spend too much time in here. It's not worth it. Okay, but it's good to know lah. Okay, it's a very fun chapter to learn because it's mostly about pollution and all. Okay, let's go into our exercise. I will try to cover as many as I can. But as I said lah, this chapter is not too important, so I don't want to spend too much time here. Okay, I'll try to cover as much as I can. Okay, anyway. Yeah, this was the one. Okay, so let's go into our exercise. Okay, let's see which question we want to do. Let's go to, wait, my this thing is looking a bit funny. There. Okay, let's go to question. I'll try to do a few. I'm not doing everything. How many questions do we have? We have like 10, 11, 12. Wow, so many questions. Okay, let's go to okay, let's go to question 11. Okay, we do what we learned today lah. I'm not gonna do all. Okay, it's very time wasting. Okay, so let's look at question 11. Diagram below shows the fish pond in Mr. Aiman's orchard. He uses chemical fertilizer to fertilize his tree. Okay, so this is your eutrophication, obviously. So when he put fertilizer here, okay, he's gonna leak all the fertilizer to the lake. So the lake is gonna have fertilizer here. Okay, and then the algae will start growing here. Okay, so name the group of microorganism X. They will grow abundantly, covering the surface. Okay, so what is this thing growing here? This is your algae. Okay, algae. BM is alga, I think, ALGA without the E. And then number 2, name 2 substances in chemical fertilizer that promote growth in A1. Okay, so what is in your fertilizer that makes it that makes algae grow? Okay, the first thing being your phosphate. Okay, phosphate. The second thing being your nitrate. Okay, these 2 are the strongest fertilizer. So in BM is phosphate and nitrat. These 2, they are your strongest fertilizer that makes plant grow very well. Okay, so not only they are good for plants, they are good for algae too. So it's like a double-edged sword lah. So name the process. This process is called eutrophication. Okay, eutrophication. So C, what is the meaning of the process mentioned in B? Okay, so what's the meaning of eutrophication? Eutrophication is when you have algae, algae. Why do I keep saying algae? You have algae growing on the surface of pond, right? Okay, so you can say, okay, let's just say leaching. Okay, what is leaching? Leaching means washing. Okay, washing your fertilizer to ponds and lakes. Okay, leaching of phosphate and nitrate, okay, to water bodies. Okay, I don't know what's leaching called in BM. What is leaching called in BM? Okay, I don't know what's the word. Okay, so phosphate dan nitrat ke badan, okay, badan air, I guess. Okay, your tasik or your sungai. Okay, what is leaching in BM? I also don't know. Okay, leaching means the washing lah. Okay, washing away of your fertilizer. Okay, next, name the type of pollution. Okay, obviously this is your water pollution because it happens in the water. Okay, pencemaran air. All right, so E, do you agree if Mr. Aiman just let the growth of X? Oh, okay, that just allow lah. Okay, do you agree with them allowing X to grow? Okay, justify your answer. Of course, no. Okay, because you can say aquatic organisms. Okay, aquatic organisms in the pond will die. A very straightforward answer. Organisma aquatic. Okay, organisma aquatic di dalam kolam akan mati. Okay, so straightforward answer. Anyway, so let's move on. Okay, okay, so I don't think I'm gonna continue with this question because this is eutrophication as well. What is BOD? BOD is the requirement of oxygen, the amount of dissolved oxygen in the water. Okay, jumlah oxygen yang terlarut di dalam air. The more oxygen you have in your water, that means the lower the demand is. Okay, demand means how much do you need? Okay, if your water has langsung no oxygen, that means the BOD is very high. Your water is requesting for a lot of oxygen, which is not a good thing. That means your water is very polluted. So you know what? I'm not going to do this. Okay. So as you so this was my example just now lah. As you can see how many hours it takes for them to decolorize. As you can see, tap water is very clean. Tap water is very clean. 4 hours to decolorize. Distilled water does not decolorize. Okay, maybe it decolorises a little. So distilled water is the cleanest. You see, river water is the dirtiest because 1 hour the color is gone. Pond water is slightly cleaner, so 2 hours. Okay, so this is more of a experiment question. I don't think I want to do this. Okay, CV, what is your CV and MV? Okay, which is the most polluted, you know. Relationship between water pollution and time taken. Okay, the more polluted the water is, the shorter the time taken for methylene blue to decolorize. Okay, semakin tercemar sampel air, semakin pendek masa diambil untuk menyah-warnakan larutan methylenina biru. Okay, I don't want to waste time to do this. I'm just gonna skip ahead. Okay, next. This is water pollution again. Excuse me. Let's skip this. Okay, this EM mud ball I also don't want to do lah. Let's go to question 16. Excuse me. Okay, so match the following terms to the correct definition. So what is green technology? Green technology should be this: development and application of product, okay, which preserves the environment, okay, and minimize the negative impact of excuse me, of human activity. So that's a green technology lah. Right, so we are trying to reduce our negative impact. That's the point of green technology. So what is preservation? Preservation is when you want to maintain the environment. You don't want the environment to keep getting worse. Okay, sorry, my must be very dusty in my area here, so because I'm starting to sneeze already. Okay, so I think it's this: maintain the environment. Conservation is when you want to make the environment better. This is pemeliharaan. Okay, this is pemeliharaan. Okay, so conservation is when we want to make the environment better. Okay, then minimize the damage to the environment. Okay, so renewable energy is energy that can be replaced. Okay, like your solar. Biodiesel is a diesel formed from plants and animals. Like I said, your cooking oil, after you use your cooking oil for frying, that thing is actually a biodiesel. Okay, you can use it for, put it in your diesel car, if you have a diesel car. All right, so what are negative emission technology? Okay, it's a technology that removes carbon dioxide. Okay, technologies that remove carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Okay, teknologi yang menyingkirkan, okay, menyingkirkan karbon dioksida dari atmosfera. Okay, so you know what? I think I'm gonna stop here. Okay, so I would say that's it for chapter 3 lah. Okay, I don't want to spend too much time here. Next week we shall go into chapter 4. So if you're coming back for physical class next week, I have your chapter note. I have your chapter 4 notes ready. Okay, but if you're still staying online, then it's okay. Okay, you should receive your chapter 4 notes by now already. All right. So I'll see you again next Wednesday lah. Okay, thanks for coming, guys. Hope you have a happy Wednesday. Okay, see you again. So take care. Bye bye.